Hello, my name is James McDermott. The art forms I work in are theatre, where I create plays, poetry, where I create poetry books and performance poetry shows, and TV, where I'm just about to start writing on EastEnders. In terms of what inspires me as a writer, I'm really inspired by bearing witness to everyday life and queer life and documenting the truth and beauty and dignity and poetry of both of those worlds. I think the news misrepresents working class people, everyday life. Queer life is certainly wildly misrepresented. So I want to bear witness to that in my work and represent the truth and complexity and beauty of both of those things. In terms of the favourite thing I've created, it's probably a play called Time and Tide, which followed the fictional lives of four staff members on the end of an imagined cafe in Cromer Pier. I think I love that play because I just enjoyed hanging out with the characters for the 3 years it took me to write it. They made me laugh, they made me think, they made me cry. I think the play serves those dramatic intentions I've just outlined. I think the play represents and bears witness to everyday life and queer life in all its delicacy and humour and tragedy and poetry. And I think it's a funny play. I think I'm always striving to write a good night out as a playwright. A play is not a literary text to me, it's a live event, and I think the play is a live event that makes people laugh. It's an energetic experience in a room, so I'm really, really proud of being part of making that. The artists that inspire me as a playwright are people like Alan Bennett, Victoria Wood and Tom Wells, who all represent the kind of musicality in the banality of everyday life. They document beautifully the silly things people say, the sad things people say. They write about dreamers. They write about those people trapped who are desperate to get out of themselves or a place they find themselves in. And I felt that really, really speaks to my obsessions as a writer. As a poet, I'm really, really interested and inspired in the work by people like Sharon Olds and Aaron Smith and Andrew Macmillan, who all, again, bear witness to the body and write about it in all its truth. They don't poeticise or sensationalise or romanticise, they just bear witness, and I think that really, really inspires me as a poet. In terms of where I had to study as a writer, I trained at UEA to do a BA and then an MA in scriptwriting. As a poet, I have no formal training at all really, but I've taken part in lots of workshops online and in person, run by Poetry School or lots of poetry festivals around the country. I think it's really important to stress if you want to be a writer, you don't have to have any formal training at all. All you have to do is look at the world and write what you see in your voice. And I wanted that formal training because I wanted that space and time to read and to study and meet writers, but it's really not the path that everyone has to take at all. In terms of advice I give to people who want to be a writer, my advice is read, and read like a thief. Kind of read not to steal whole ideas or whole images, but all poetry and all plays are a conversation with work that's gone before you. So read, be inspired, and write something back at those texts you love. Be on time, be nice, and be yourself is something someone said to me once I think is really important. In terms of being yourself, all those things you think will stand in the way of your being a writer, which for me would be in working class, being queer, being shy, whatever it might be, they're your superpowers as a writer. They're your packed lunch as a writer. They're all things you can write whole plays about, whole books about. They give you unique views of the world that so few people have, especially something like queerness. So few people get that lens on the world. If you have that lens, that is not a problem. It is a virtue. You can write about it if you want to. In terms of having a portfolio career, as I say, I work as a playwright, poet, screenwriter, and also teach. And I think that serves my kind of erratic mind. I like to be busy and I like to have lots of things to do. But it also means you get to work with more cool people and make more cool things. So I think really embrace that sense of a portfolio career. In terms of a creative challenge, I'd like to set people watching the video. All drama comes from the Greek word dran, meaning to do or to take action. So if you want to write a dramatic story or any story, there's 4 little steps you can follow to help you do that. The first one is to think of a character who wants something. What do they want? What do they want to do? What do they want to take action to achieve? The second step is why do they want to do that thing now? So to bring stakes to the story, it's important they need that thing now, and something bad will happen if they don't get it now. Step 3 is who or what stands in their way of getting that thing. If a character just got what they wanted, there'd be no story. The story is in the struggle. So what stands in their way? And the fourth and final thing is what do they have to do to overcome those obstacles to get what they want? And that's what you map as a dramatic writer. You map what characters do to overcome obstacles to get what they want. So I hope those 4 little steps help you write a dramatic story. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope something in here has helped you in your own development as a writer. Thank you very much.